Hey guys, it's Kathryn Newton, and I am excited to talk a little bit about my new movie, Freaky, and play with my poodles while I take some of your fan questions. Let's go. This is Durandale Jack, king ruler of all float, and we just call him Jack. And this is Rosebud, hella good boy, gonna need a big bang, but we just call him Buddy. This is my little Ladybird, keep the madness rolling. But I just call her Little because she doesn't know her name. She pees everywhere. She does whatever she wants. She's not trained at all. She eats when she wants. Like, she's just like a little fluff of love. Of course. Vince was so collaborative. I got so many ideas from him about how to play a butcher, as well as the teenage girl, Millie. We talked about mannerisms and how Millie will walk and how the butcher would walk, and we started to imitate each other. I would look at my feet and like get grounded. And you know, when you're using like a chainsaw and a knife and you've got blood all over you, you just go there. I would walk around and people would go and they'd get scared. Oh, I'm sorry, did I frighten you? He's okay. I don't remember what I was saying because I got distracted by my poodle. I have a couple options, but you know, my first choice would probably be Psyduck. And you know, Psyduck and I actually swap bodies in the movie. So I was Psyduck for a second. Also, there's a Furfrou, which is a poodle Pokemon. And if I had to swap bodies, it would probably be with one of my poodles. Probably Jack, because he gets the most attention. But a Furfrou, that would be my pick. I love Jennifer's Body. I think that's an iconic movie. And I love all the Paranormal Activity movies. And also the classics like Halloween and Friday the 13th. They just get you in the spirit. And I love watching them with my friends and like getting scared and actually not watching them at all. I'd cover my eyes the whole time. I binge watched The Marvelous Miss Maisel twice. I just think it's brilliant and I think it's the best show ever. The production is so good. And then I also rewatched Entourage while I was in quarantine. See, I don't have an entourage, but I have an entourage of poodles, so that counts. I think that we would have had a lot of questions answered, and I think we would have gotten some more Hallie content, which is really all I cared about. I just am sad that it got canceled because I loved our cast so much. They were so talented, and yes. So I was really sad when it got canceled, and we all found out together. We had a Zoom and we all cried, and they're all my close friends now, and that doesn't die. And the power of the fans is strong. And so maybe if they keep asking, someone will come up with a way for us to finish the story. When it got canceled and I was on Twitter and I was looking at everything, it made me feel a lot of love to see how many people were sad that it got canceled. Oh, buddy, now that's just rude. Stop. I think Allie is the queen, HBIC. Stop it, buddy, that is inappropriate. But I don't know, I think that we would have found out who Becca's baby daddy is. You have to stop doing that, buddy, that is not appropriate. And I think we would have found out why the kids are in another parallel universe. It's just, there's a lot of like supernatural questions that I would have liked to know. What do you think, buddy? What do you think we would have found out? Oh, well, I don't know. I think we would have found out who Becca's baby daddy is. Oh, you want me to scratch your tummy? Let's just close that. Oh my gosh, yeah. We used to have amazing parties. Some of the parties would be at my house, and they were always the boring parties because I made everybody go to bed at midnight because I'm lame. And then like Toby and Alex Fitzallen would have like these ragers. So like things like that. And they never got to meet the Poods. So I'm a little sad about that. I would have liked the cast to meet my family. That would have been the next step in our relationship. I'm so grateful for the love that you've given us, and I'm really sorry that we don't get to finish the story for you. But I hope that you never stop loving the society, because I won't. I was pretty starstruck by Meryl. It's like not even starstruck. You just kind of feel like you're in the face of royalty or something. So you kind of have to just bow down. And, I'll never forget the first table read when I saw her walk in and I was with Reese. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And she was like, just go say hi. You always go say hi first. And I thought that was a really good piece of advice anyway. Like, when you see somebody at a dinner or something and you recognize them, of course you should say hi first. Just break that ice anyway. And of course she gave me a big hug when you were allowed to give people hugs. And she told me so many nice things. And so it was everything I could have ever dreamed of. What, do I smell? Do I stink? Oh my God, I stole so many pens. That's not that exciting, but I'm always stealing pens. Also, I got to keep a lot of the clothes, a lot of the Abigail clothes. Like she had these sick army track pants. Yes? Do you have something you want to say? You just want more scratches. So I stole some clothes from Abigail, and I've actually worn them again in other projects, low-key. I don't think anybody would be surprised by how sweet she is in real life. She's like a ray of sunshine on TV and on Instagram, and she's just like that in real life. It's as authentic as what you see, and I think that's surprising. She's as sweet as my dogs. Actually, they're not that sweet. They just look fluffy. I'm sorry, that was rude. I take it back. That's really hard to pick because she has so many iconic movies. Legally Blonde, one of my favorites of all time. Election, I've seen too many times. I could go on. I mean, even just getting to be in Big Little Lies, that's one of my favorite projects ever. That show changed my life. I learned so much from Jensen and Jared. I'm so upset that the show is over because it always felt like home. I just kind of had this idea that I would go back to it at some point or like be on that show. But I learned a lot from Jensen, especially like just from being on set and watching him and Jared, like the way they carry themselves. Everyone on that set, from the transpo people to like craft service, everyone loved being there, and it's because of them, like setting that tone. After I did my episodes, the tweets started saying that Claire needs her own spinoff, Claire needs her own show. And I was like, that'll never happen. And then I got the call one day that they wanted to give Claire Wayward. It's this spinoff. It just shows you that the power of the fans, that you can get what you want. Thank you, Supernatural, for showing me that kind of a family. They call me Biker Barbie in Supernatural, and they wrote in like mini golf in Supernatural, and in Freaky, they call me Murder Barbie, and there might be a little bit of golf in Freaky as well. And so maybe they'll start writing in Poodles. That movie is so special. I was the biggest Greta Gerwig fan. Also, I'm a huge fan of Saoirse Ronan. And so just to be in the presence of them was a gift. So Greta would always have everybody wear name tags like the first 2 weeks of filming, so to get everybody's names. But she also had everybody write down their spirit animal. And her and I were both poodles. So obviously we're soulmates. Me? Yeah, I would love it if like Millie Bobby Brown played me in a movie. But I would also love to play Millie Bobby Brown in a movie. Could I just do a movie with Millie Bobby Brown? That would be cool. Thank you, BuzzFeed, for these awesome fan questions with my dogs. We've had so much fun, haven't we? Have you had a good time? Very good. And I hope that you guys go watch Freaky. Bye.